Hey there, it's Pete with GCI Turf. Hope you're having a great day today, and I also hope God blesses your socks off today. Now look, I'm gonna show you something for small yards. You know, I got 17,000 square foot here at the house, another 14,000 square foot back here, 14 roughly, 6,500 square foot at the shop. And so I'm constantly showing things in big yards. Well, I just want to show you something in a little yard, and we're going to pretend this little piece of Kentucky bluegrass back here is a little yard. It's about 1,000 square foot. The whole area is 2,000 square foot when you include the little bit of fescue and that rye over there. So what we're going to do is go right down this line right here and manage this one box of Kentucky Blue, and that's going to be roughly about 1,000 square foot. Now, here's the deal. The objective of this video is to show the person with that tiny yard a super cheap lawn care program that you can do in your yard and it'll still give you some good results. The only equipment you need is two things right here. Let me show you. Now this right here is it's got water in it, so it's heavy. I think that's a 2-gallon. Yeah, it's just a plain Jane 2-gallon pump up sprayer. You pick it up at Lowe's, Home Depot, wherever. I think I got that one at Lowe's, and if my memory serves me right, I want to say it was around $19, maybe $29. It was one of the two, somewhere in that range, so pretty inexpensive. And then the 505. Remember last year when I was doing that testing and trying to develop a dedicated spoon feeding fertilizer, it's here, it's ready, available, all that. And one of the options I put is a hose-in sprayer. Okay, it's a quart with a hose-in sprayer. Now this becomes your sprayer. A 1,000 square foot yard, honestly and truly, you don't need a $250, $300 battery powered backpack sprayer. You don't have that much room to cover unless you just want the luxury of using it. So this is what you can use. Of course, you got your product with it, and you also have the hose-in sprayer. Now this isn't the only thing we're going to use. I've got some Green Punch, Humic 12, and RGS. Though the 505 in this little program, I'm going to use it for like a spoon feeding in between the heavy feedings, and we're going to use the Green Punch, that 1801 for that, and then Humic 12 and RGS for the ground. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But the 1801, Humic 12, RGS, you get that in what's called a builder box, and what that is, where you select the individual gallons that you want, and you get to pick and choose them. So this isn't a kit that's kind of pre-made on the website or anything. You have to actually go in and choose them, pick them out yourself. But my recommendation for you, 1,000, 2,000 square foot yard, you get 2 Green Punch, you get 1 Humic 12, and you get 1 RGS. Get your 505 with the hose-in sprayer. Remember, that's going to be your applicator for all year for all the products. And then you need some pre-emergent, and they got this little teeny tiny 5-ounce. It's kind of cute. I'm really used to having big jugs of it, but that's a little one. Greene County Fertilizers made it possible to have the little jugs in the fungicide, a little jug in insecticide, a little jug in post-emergent herbicide. Allen was responsible for the little jug of prodiamine. So I think it's so cool that now little yards don't have to buy this humongous jug of stuff. So let's talk about the cost of it, and so you can kind of put this into perspective. 20 bucks, 32 bucks. Again, that sprayer was 19 or 29, I can't remember. And the package, the 4-pack, the 2 Green Punch, Humic 12, and RGS in a gallon each is about 104, 102, 104, something like that. And I had it on my phone so I wouldn't forget it. About $156 is roughly what this will cost for a 1,000 square foot yard. And we'll keep it at 1,000 square foot And then if you have a 2, you do the math. So how does this work long term? Okay, it's not $156 a year. That is how I'm trying to relate to you the cost effectiveness of it. That's a big word for me. So okay, so on the Pre-Emergent app, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. In my lawn care guides, I teach a split app, which is awesome. We're actually locally trying something totally completely different. I've never tried it this way before. We're doing a full max out label rate of Prodiamine on round 1. Disclaimer, if you're following my guide, matter of fact, the guide updates are ready. Check your email. If you have already bought the Cool Season Lawn Care Guide, you need to check your email because it's in your inbox. Make sure you check your spam and folder or whatever they call that thing, and it's there. So back on point, we're going to try one single heavy application, full max rate of Prodiamine, see how it works. I'm also going to do the same thing here on this bluegrass, okay? Again, if you follow my Cool Season guide, you stick to the guide. This video has nothing to do with you. Okay, so since I'm doing one single application, I'm gonna do the highest labeled rate for Kentucky Bluegrass on here. So that means this 5-ounce bottle that cost me $20 is roughly going to give me 10 applications. Okay, it's right at a 1/2 ounce per 1,000 square feet. So remember, we're talking about a 1,000 square foot yard. So if I'm putting down 1/2 ounce per 1,000 square feet, I got 5 ounces of product. That's 10 applications, okay? So let's do the math. What's 10 applications divided by 20 bucks? That's right, $2. Cost you $2 to apply your Pre-Emergent. And you got 10 applications worth. So if you max out the label rate for one application, then that's 10 years, or almost, I think it's 0.55 ounces. So it may be a little less than 10, but you know what I'm saying. We're rounding numbers here. Almost 10 applications. Okay, 10 years worth. So let's go and put this down right quick, and then we'll get into the fertilizer portion of it. I'll talk you through that a little bit. All right, so super easy stuff right here. I've got 2 gallons of water in here. And of course, if you have a 1 gallon pump up sprayer, you use 1 gallon. Either way, the name of the game is I want to evenly apply this product right here over this 1,000 square feet. So I'm gonna dump that down in there like that. Put my top on, and I'm gonna give it a really good shake. Make sure it is mixed up super good. So I'm gonna shake that up, get it good mixed up good, and go out here and spray. And I'm actually gonna use my stripes in the grass to spray this. That way I'm making good even passes. Notice I'm walking about the same pace. I don't want my pace changing up too much because that's going to throw my evenness of application off a little bit. When I notice my pressure getting low, I'm going to stop and I'm going to pump it up a little bit more. All right, so I'm about halfway through my 2 gallons. So now I'm going to change my pattern and go over the different way. And it's actually perfect. I'm spraying 3 of these stripes, 1, 2, 3. That way I can get right here in the middle of the 3 stripes and walk right down the middle, catch the 2 outside edges, stop when I get over here to my fescue, turn around, get lined up again, give it a little bit more pumping action. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Just like that. I'll be completely honest with you. There's something to be said about having a really small yard. It is super inexpensive to take care of. There's not a lot of work involved. Your equipment is very minimal, and you can pretty much stay on top of it and keep it near dead perfect at all times. The Green Punch is going to be the main nitrogen source here. And what I would do, or what I'm going to do back here on this 1,000 square feet, is I'm going to apply the 20 ounces per 1,000. So there's 128 ounces in a gallon. You do the math, that's about 6 applications throughout the course of the year. I'll probably do one right now, early spring. I'll do one in the spring. I'll do one going into the summer. And I will do maybe take the 20 ounces and split it into 2 during the summer, 2 light applications, and then go back to after I do aerating seeding, or after you do your aerating seeding, if you do that, follow up with an app of 20 in the fall and then 1 down for the winterizer. So that'll eat up your gallon, okay? That's why you want 2 gallons of it, so you can get 2 years worth of applications. As far as the humic and the RGS goes, the humic is 9 ounces per 1,000, so 128 divided by 9, that's 14 applications you can do. 14 out of a gallon on a 1,000 square foot yard. The RGS is 6 ounces per 1,000, that's 21 applications you can get. Because I'm going to do these once a month during the growing season. I'm going to do one now and then once a month up until the turf stops growing. So let's count. February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. That's 11 months. So that's going to give me, I'll have a little bit left over of this, and of course that little bit left over you can apply it. It's not going to hurt it. The humic 12 is fine to go down. The RGS, I'm going to have, this 1 gallon will be 2 years worth, then right about 2 years worth. And the 505 is 3 to 6 ounces per 1,000. I'm going to do the 6 ounce rate on it, and so that'll give me right about 5 applications of that. So where's the 505 fit in? I'm going to do that in between the green punch, okay? Green punch heavy feed, and it'll be roughly about every other month going up into the summer. And like I said, I'll cut that rate in half, and then in between those, the in between months, I'll do the 505. All right, so I'm running 20 ounces per 1,000 on the green punch. So I'm gonna use my measuring cup right here, and I'm gonna measure out 20 ounces of this. That's 20 right there. I'm gonna come right here, I'm gonna carefully pour it in my hose end sprayer. Being super careful not to spill anything. Now, one thing I am gonna do is it's a 32 ounce jug, hose end sprayer, but it's only 20 ounces in it, so I'm gonna actually top it off with a little bit of water. And the only reason I'm doing that is because I will be completely honest with you, I'm not really a hose end sprayer kind of guy. So I don't know how quick I'm gonna spray this out or whatever, so I'm gonna give me the best chance to get all this applied out evenly and give it a little shake, and that's ready to go spray. Again, there is something to be said about having a small yard. I mean, that's my equipment right there. And of course, those of you that do this often, you're gonna know how to do it, okay? You simply spray back and forth like this. You want good even coverage. I'm watching my, my quart bottle here. As I'm spraying, I'm seeing how much it's, how low it's going down. And that way, I can kind of gauge, because I may end up having to go over this 2 or 3 times, because it's only 1,000 square feet. But I want to go over it 2 or 3 times evenly. I can't even talk right now as I'm so focused on spraying. Again, there's something to be said about having a small yard. Now you can see I've sprayed, I'm a little bit above half. I went over it 2 times, so that tells me I need to do about the same pace and go over it 2 more times, and I'm good to go. And again, let me remind you, this right here is strictly to help those folks that have a little teeny tiny yard. Gives you a super budget friendly way to have some nice grass. Of course, in my cool season guide, yes, I've got an all liquid program, but it's a little more intense and a little more detailed. But I do realize at the same time that some folks don't want to go that route, and they would rather have the least amount of money invested in their grass and still have some nice grass. And I get that, I understand that, and I respect that 100%. And that's the only reason I'm doing this video. Green Punch is super safe to use. A lot of folks are scared to death they're gonna burn their grass with liquid nitrogen, and you got good reason to be scared. When I started spraying, I fried a yard using urea one time. Fried it, crispy brown, like bacon on a Sunday morning. That joker was crispy, boy. And I learned my lesson. And I ain't done it since. So, but this product right here, Green Punch, is super duper safe. I helped them do some of the initial testing on it, and I pushed it to the limit to make sure it was totally completely safe to use, and it is absolutely 100% safe. So watch this right here. I'm gonna take my same hose end sprayer, my same jug. I'm gonna go with the Humic 12. I'm gonna run 9 ounces. That's right about 9. Now what Humic's gonna do is it is going to help this nitrogen over here work a little better, be a little more efficient. It is going to, over time, help relieve some compaction. I got a piece of pine needle in here and I don't want that to get down in there. How'd you get in there? And the most important thing, in my opinion, for Humic is it's going to add carbon to the ground. Of course, when the ground can breathe a little bit, that's always a good thing, right? All right, watch what I'm gonna do right here. I'm gonna put me a little extra water in there. I'm not a fan of mixing 2 products together in their concentrated form. I'm just not. It's just, you know, things can happen, things can clump up and clog up and all that. So I always like water as my carrier, and water to be able to dilute it down a little bit. So I've got the Humic 12 in there. Now I'm gonna take my RGS, and the RGS is going to help push your roots, grow some root, get your roots deep and strong. It's got a little bit of kelp in it too. It's gonna help with some stressful situations. That's kind of the thing kelp is known for, is relieving some heat stress and, you know, that kind of thing. Add a touch of water. I don't want to put too much. I'm about full now. Give it a good shake. Now the cool thing about doing an application with a hose end sprayer like this is I'm using quite a bit of water, and I'm essentially watering it in as I'm doing it. So that's pretty cool. What did I say earlier? About $156, I believe. And that's going to get you quite a bit of applications. For the most part, if you got a 1,000 square foot yard, that's going to be about 2 years worth. When you divide that by 2, was that $78 a year? I mean, I don't know about you, but $78, if I could do my yard for $78 a year, I'd throw a party, I guess. I don't know. That would be pretty cool. All right, so there you go. I'm just about done with this right here. And when I get done with this, I'm gonna rinse out this, my hose end sprayer. And that 505 I got over there in my jug, I'm gonna put it right back in here. And it'll be there when I get ready to do my next application in about 30 days from now, roughly. So I hope you get the drift. And again, I'm gonna leave you with this because I want to stress this to you. This is one of my friends that, you know, they want to have a nice job. They don't want to drop, a lot of money on it, and can totally completely respect that and get it. So this Hopus right here will help you. $156, 2 years worth of stuff. Hope this was useful. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. I'll check you later.